Have you ever heard of a creature with a defense mechanism so powerful, so absolutely bizarre, it can literally shut down a highway by covering it in goo? Well, you're about to. Today, we're diving deep into the weird world of the hagfish and its incredible, almost unbelievable, exploding slime superpower. Okay, so picture this. It's a pretty normal day back in July of 2017. A truck is driving along, carrying some, let's just say, unusual cargo when it has an accident. Now, first responders see overturned trucks all the time, but what they were about to witness was anything but normal. This all went down on Highway 101 right in Oregon. When the truck tipped over, its contents just spilled everywhere. But we're not talking about oranges or packages here. We're talking about something alive and something that was, at that moment, under a whole lot of stress. And this was the result. The highway, plus several cars, were completely engulfed in this thick, sticky, absolutely massive amount of goo. I mean, look at that. We're talking 3,400 kilograms. That's 7,500 pounds of pure slime. So the question on everybody's mind was, what on earth could possibly do this? Well, the culprit behind this whole slimy mess is a creature that honestly seems like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. So let's meet the animal responsible for the chaos, an animal often called the slime eel. This is the hagfish. It's this ancient deep-sea creature that is just a biological wonder. I mean, get this. It has a skull, but it doesn't have a jaw or even a spine. And as we've already seen, its claim to fame is its ability to pump out just insane amounts of slime whenever it gets scared. Oh, and that truck in Oregon? Yeah, it was actually on its way to South Korea, where hagfish are considered a delicacy. So, you've seen what the slime can do on a massive scale, but how does it actually work? How is it even possible? This is where the science gets really, really cool. Let's break down the mechanics behind this exploding slime. This right here is the big question. You know, a single hagfish isn't that big. So how in the world can it generate enough slime to choke out a shark or completely cover a car? It seems like it should be impossible, right? But it all comes down to this absolutely remarkable biological trick. So here's the secret. The hagfish isn't actually storing all that slime inside its body. Nope. Instead, it shoots out this tiny, super concentrated little package of mucus and thread cells. The second that package hits the seawater, a crazy chain reaction kicks off. It expands almost instantly, trapping huge amounts of water and creating this thick, choking mess that's designed to clog up a predator's gills. And to really get how this works, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of this expansion. The material it secretes swells to 10,000 times its original volume when it hits the water. 10,000 times. That's like taking one tiny drop of liquid and having it instantly turn into a whole bucket full of goo. It's an unbelievably efficient defense. The secret ingredient that makes all of this possible is something called skeins. The best way to think of them is like microscopic little balls of yarn, each one wound up incredibly tightly. When they're released into the water, each one of these tiny skeins unravels in a fraction of a second, producing a fiber that can be up to 15 centimeters long. It's this super fast unraveling of millions of these tiny threads that traps the water and creates the slime. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Gaurav Chaudhary, a researcher at the University of Illinois, explains it perfectly. He says the unwinding fibers and the mucus work together to entrain, which is really just a sciencey way of saying trap, a massive amount of water. It's basically a microscopic net that gives the slime its incredible volume. Okay, so it's an amazing defense mechanism, for sure. But why should we care? Well, it's because scientists think this slime might hold the key to creating a whole new generation of revolutionary super materials. See, when you actually look at the individual fibers that make up the slime, their properties are just off the charts. They are extremely strong. We're talking similar to synthetics like nylon, but at the same time, they're unbelievably stretchy and super, super thin. That combination of strength and flexibility, it's incredibly rare, and it's exactly what material scientists are always looking for. So the big goal now is to create a synthetic version of this stuff. I mean, can you imagine fabrics that are as light as silk but as strong as Kevlar? The US Navy is already looking into it, exploring its potential as a form of defense, maybe to stop boats without hurting anyone or to protect divers. The applications could be a total game changer. As expert Douglas Fudge from Chapman University puts it, the race is basically on. By figuring out exactly how these little schemes unravel and form such a unique material, we get that much closer to being able to actually make it ourselves in a lab. And if we can do that, well, it could unlock a whole new world of technologies, all inspired by this ancient, slimy deep sea creature. You know, the story of the hagfish is just this amazing reminder that nature is packed with these ingenious solutions that we are only just beginning to understand. It really makes you wonder, what other incredible, world-changing secrets are hiding out there in the deep ocean or in some dense jungle, just waiting for us to find them?